Hi, this is Water and Air 1111. Thank you for watching another video of mine. Thank you to everyone who's been liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel, to my videos, and getting personal readings from me. The link for that is in the description, as well as a link to my Instant Go if you just need a few tarot cards to answer your question. So I hope you all have had a good week. I ended up not being able to do the new moon reading. Excuse me. I've ended up not being able to do the new moon reading on this past Wednesday, even though I was all prepared for it. It just didn't end up feeling right for some reason. But so I'm here to do the post new moon and Gemini reading. In terms of energy wise this week, I've been feeling okay, and I mentioned this in the Divine Masculine reading, maybe it's because I'm a Gemini rising. And so maybe the Gemini aspect is kind of leveling things out a little bit for me. But I did start to feel quite dehydrated. So I've been trying to drink a lot more water and still getting lots of bird signals. Still getting lots of bird synchronicities, seeing them around them, coming quite close to me. Just noticing them. It's even out of the corner of my eye, if I see I can see a bird flying by, and I'll just turn my head and be like, oh, okay, there's something. But also, yeah, number synchronicities. And yeah, so the energy has been okay, and yeah, I feel like there's just a lot of shifting going on. And yeah, so we're going to be doing the energy reading here for the Divine Feminine. We're going to see what's going on with this post-new moon in Gemini. I'm going to just be using my Crystal Visions deck, getting cards from there, clarifying with my Rider-Waite deck, also bringing out my Lenormand deck, and then at the end getting a card or two from the Heal Yourself reading cards. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Definitely let me know in the comments how you guys have been feeling as well. But we're gonna see what's going on. So what is the energy of the Divine Feminine Collective right now? Post new moon in Gemini. Divine Feminine Collective energy reading. Okay, wow, bottom of the deck is the Lover. So with the energy of the Divine Feminine right now, you're really feeling that twin flame connection. Some of you may be dealing with a head or heart decision right now, but I think for the most part, you're just feeling that strong connection to your twin flame, especially on that energetic and spiritual level. Something that I didn't mention is that I feel like I have been getting more, not telepathic communications, a little bit of that this week, but more astral traveling from my Divine Masculine this week. Especially after there was a little bit of communication. So some of you may be experiencing that just extra strong connection with your Divine Masculine. So we're going to get 4 cards from here for the energy of the Divine Feminine, and then we're going to go through and clarify. So the first card that we have for the energy of the Divine Feminine right now is the Sun, another major arcana. So with the Sun, Divine Feminine, I feel like this is kind of two ways, but I feel like for the most part, the Sun is the Divine Feminine are really feeling victory of some sort. You're feeling success. You're feeling like things are starting to go your way. Things are starting to develop the way that you had hoped, like something is being realized here. Something's being realized in terms of like reaching a goal, reaching a success in something, reaching some type of milestone. Also, I feel like for some other divine feminine, you're just in the energy right now where you're kind of feeling feeling yourself a bit, like feeling all of your power, even though this isn't the divine feminine, like the empress or anything. I feel like this is like the sun is shining on you and you're feeling like all of your gloriousness is what I'm feeling. Like confidence is very high, self-assuredness is very high, as well as the whatever goal it is that you may be achieving right now. So let's get some cards. What is this sun card about for the divine feminine's energy right now? What is this sun card about for the divine feminine's energy? What is the sun card about? What is this sun card? Okay, Two of Wands. So, like I said, some of you may have taken the decision to make a change in your life. You're reaching some type of milestone where you're really kind of planting your flag, so to speak, saying, I'm changing courses, I'm doing something different. It's interesting, something a little bit similar came through with the Divine Masculine reading. And speaking of that, we also got this card in reverse for the Divine Masculine, Hermit reverse. So it's like you've realized something. I feel like some of you, you've been in hermit mode a while, not making a move towards whatever you're supposed to be doing, or just not kind of fully embracing this twin flame journey. Some of you are now kind of coming out of your shell a bit. You're kind of letting all of the spiritual aspects of your life, your spiritual practices, you're letting it come out. You're letting it be known that like that's a part of who you are. Some of you are going your own way. You're pursuing something. You're saying, I'm ready to do me. We got two cards, the Five of Pentacles and the Chariot. So it's like some of you are leaving behind this feeling of being left out in the cold, whether that's from your family, being misunderstood by others, or just that feeling of not having everything you need. It's like you're going forward from that. You're progressing forward from that. And I like that we have the Chariot card here because this is Cancer, and Cancer season is upon us. So you may really be starting to feel the shift from this feeling of lack or feeling of not being good enough into full power, into balance, into the feeling that, I've got this. I'm achieving my goals. I'm letting every part of me shine. I'm not holding myself back anymore. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So it's like this change has been delayed. This feeling of going forward hasn't been happening. So why is this Five of Pentacles here? Excuse me. Ace of Swords in reverse. So it's like there's mentally, some of you hadn't gotten to the point where you were completely clear and completely ready to turn that new page in your life. But it's like now you're starting to get to the point where you are. You're starting to get to the point where you're ready to leave this feeling of lack, of not being good enough behind, where you're ready to go your own way. You're ready to go forward and be balanced. Knight of Pentacles, and this has been a slow and steady progression. It's like you're slowly realizing, you're slowly building bit by bit your confidence that leads you to making this final decision to say, I want to pursue this career, I want to move here, I want to do that, I want to, talk about my spirituality, I want to talk about those different aspects of my life. Let's get some Lenormand cards. Why else is this Sun card here for the energy of the Divine Feminine? Okay. We have the heart and we have the cloud. So it's like you're moving out of this energy of being confused, of not being clear about who you are, not fully embracing who you are. You're going to the point where you're listening to your heart, where you're not confused over your heart. And this is also like the swan. So this is like connected to your twin. You're no longer feeling in confusion, and I feel like this is more about your twin journey. The journey you've been on. You're no longer in confusion about that. You're realizing that this is a part of you. This is you. You are a twin. You are someone who is spiritual. You are someone who may take a twist and turn in their life, but it's because that's what you're supposed to be doing. Others of you may have even had a realization about your twin and within this journey, like having a new kind of appreciation or compassion after you looked at things regarding your twin flame in a different perspective. Okay, and what do we have? Bottom of the deck, the fox. So you may be literally looking back and realizing something different about your situation with your twin flame. Why is this dove here? Sorry, not dove. Why are these swans here? Okay, Queen of Swords in reverse. This is interesting. Now, this came up in the Divine Masculine reading as well. Queen of Swords in reverse about manipulation. So some of you may have realized something about your Divine Masculine's karmic situation this week. Some of you may have realized something about your Divine Masculine's karmic situation, and it somehow led you to feel okay. We're going to clarify that. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups, so wishes fulfilled. Let's get a card. Why is this Queen of Swords in reverse for the Heart card? Why is this Queen of Swords in reverse? What is that about? Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, Strength in reverse. Bottom of the deck, Three of Swords. Okay, so I feel like this is definitely connected to the Divine Masculine reading. So some of you, I feel like some of you have some type of like aha moment or epiphany moment about your Divine Masculine and your Divine Masculine's karmic. Almost like a realization that, like I mentioned before, like you are a twin, this is your journey, this is the journey you're supposed to be taking. Some of you have realized that your twin flame, your Divine Masculine and your Divine Masculine's karmic, although the situation has caused you pain and there may have been manipulation involved between your Divine Masculine's karmic and your Divine Masculine, you kind of realize that that was a part of the journey that you both were supposed to be on, in terms of you experiencing the separation in different ways. Some of you had some type of like realization regarding that. Why else is this Queen of Swords in the reverse? So you may have thought that your Divine Masculine was being weak or not standing up to your Divine Masculine's karmic, but it's like you've made some other realization. Two of Swords. Okay, so again, we got these cards for the Divine Masculine reading. So I feel like, again, it's like you had some realization about your Divine Masculine's karmic, the relationship between your Divine Masculine and the Divine Masculine's karmic, and maybe your Divine Masculine's lack of movement. It's like you're being a bit compassionate. And we have Three of Swords again. And definitely watch the Divine Masculine version of this reading. Okay, Three of Pentacles in reverse, because we even had the Divine Masculine coming out as an earth sign pretty strongly in the other reading. And so and we got the Two of Swords and the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Seven of Cups. Okay, So I feel like you realize something, just as the divine masculine had his own realizations about things that have happened in the masculine's life, the divine feminine, it's like a complete mirror, same realizations, but at the end of all of these realizations, you're coming out as the sun card, divine feminine. You're coming out as aware and still feeling confident and assured of yourself and embracing yourself and embracing your own journey and accomplishing the things and going for things that you want. You're not in like stalling or anything like that. So let's go to the next card. So the next card is the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is a nurturer, is the caretaker, is someone who is stable and grounded, financially is okay, is stable, has things together. Like, I have everything in order. And I feel like this is you, again, like getting everything in your life in order. It's like you're focused on balance. Now that you've already had some epiphany here regarding yourself, embracing yourself and your who you are as a twin flame and who you are as the divine feminine, and having whatever realizations about your masculine, it's like you're focusing on nurturing yourself. You're focusing on getting stability and being that kind of boss lady for yourself, or boss man for yourself as the divine feminine. So why is this Queen of Pentacles here? Why is this Queen of Pentacles? So we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So some of you, I feel like this is really like a shift of you had some type of realization and now it's like you're pulling back all of you're removing any blocks, removing any hindrances. It's like before maybe you were too focused on your divine masculine for some reason, or whatever reason, too focused on work, but now it's like you not only want to focus on work being the Queen of Pentacles, you want to focus on nurturing. It's like if it's not just about being able to accumulate things, it's about being able to accumulate the right things. It's about nurturing yourself. So it's like now that delay is up. Bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords. It's like you're not worrying about your divine masculine. You're not putting too much energy into that anymore. You're starting to care for yourself like the appropriate amount. The Hanged Man, it's like you've made this realization. You had been previously not making a move on it. Previously, you were just dealing with all of these burdens you were feeling, and these are more partially self-inflicted burdens over, what should I do? What's the right thing? Should I keep holding these burdens up? If I let these burdens go, then, how is this going to impact things with my divine masculine? It's like you're letting that go. You realize, like, you don't need that. And the Hermit reversed again. It's like you realize it's time for action. And wow, okay, another connection. Definitely watch the masculine version of this reading. The Hermit reversed and the Nine of Pentacles. It's like you've realized it's time for action. It's time again for you to get stability on yourself, to focus on being able to care for and nurture yourself, to have everything that you need in a physical sense, to build your own foundation. Nine of Swords, because again, it's like you've been worrying, you've been in your mind so much. And I feel like for some of you, because I really, for both of this reading so far and the Divine Masculine reading, the karmic was coming out as a air side. So you may have been so worried about, what's going on with the karmic and my masculine, what's going on there. But it's like, now it's like, it's time for action. It's time for action. I need to gain my own stability, to work by myself, to get stability, and not just to be comfortable, but to, to dominate and to be comfortable and grounded and able to take care of everything and nurture myself, because nurturing is just as important as the other things. Being able to nurture yourself, it's like getting your root chakra completely balanced. Four of Pentacles, it's like you're letting things go. Some of you have been holding on to your divine masculine too much. It's like you're letting it go. You're going towards your own stability. Tower moment. And I feel like this is connected to the realization that some of you had this week about, your journey as a twin flame, as a spiritual person. It's like you had this tower moment, things are shaking up, and you're like, I gotta get going. I gotta get making my own progression. So let's get a Lenormand card. What is this Queen of Pentacles about for the energy of the divine feminine? What is this? Okay, this came out twice. The ship also came out for the divine masculine in a slightly different way. It's like you're moving towards your own stability. You're moving towards being that, grounded, reliable, have everything together, can take care of myself and still be caring and nurturing. It's like you're not going to go too far into the Pentacles where you become, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, too focused on one thing. You still have your heart. You still want that balance. Bottom of the deck is the Letter. So it's like some of you have communicated to others so they know that you are making this change. You're letting it be known. It's like you're ready to make moves. You're taking action. Queen of Pentacles. The Moon. You're following your intuition. You've looked within, and you're letting the stars, you're letting your intuition guide you for where you need to be going. You're making public moves. You are shifting. Some of you may be shifting who you hang out with, who you spend time with. The hobbies, the activities, events that you participate in. Excuse me. I'm going to pause the video and get a drink of water. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Let's get on to the rest of the cards. So the next card we have, Divine Feminine's Energy, Ace of Swords. Okay, so carrying on for like what we've seen for the previous cards, it's like I just feel like, that, is it Tina Turner or something? Like, I have a new attitude. You have a new attitude, Divine Feminine. You have a new mindset. You're ready to start something new. Your mind is in a different place. Your mind has turned a new leaf, has created a new chapter, and it's go, go, go right now. There's no holding back. You know what you want. You know what this is. You know who you are, and you're ready to do the next thing. So let's get a clarifying card. What is this Ace of Swords about? And again, I'm feeling like for those of you who may have a air sign karmic, either for yourself or your divine masculine, this is like you have the Ace of Swords. You're no longer being trapped in thoughts of that situation. You are clear on where you need to be and what you need to be thinking about and putting your energy into. So what is this Ace of Swords about for the Divine Feminine's energy? Two of Pentacles. Your balance, and literally, balancing your thoughts, but also your energy is in creating balance within your own life. It's with creating balance that's going to benefit you. The other card that was poking and almost out was the Moon. So it's like your mind, again with the Moon here, it's almost like your mind is catching up to your intuition. Your mind is catching up to your higher self, catching up to where you're supposed to be. It's like it's time to make that, it's almost like it's time to make that complete integration between your 3D mind, your thought patterns, and like your crown chakra, your third eye, your higher self. It's like you're literally balancing those two aspects of yourself, the pinnacles, the 3D life, and the moon. And something else I just saw in this Two of Pentacles, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but you can see that there's a ship in the background, so it's like you are moving on to balance. You're making this transition. You're moving on to following your intuition, to having this clear mindset. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. Karmic cycles are completing. It's time to start something new. It's time to push on to the next thing. Why else is this Ace of Swords here? Okay. Ace of Swords. And one thing, for some reason, I don't know how related this is, but when I was leaving work today, I forgot my headphones, and I was like a 20-minute walk away from my office. And so I was debating, like, should I go back? Should I not go back? And my coworker was like, oh, you can borrow my headphones. I was like, no, that's okay. And I was like walking back, and I was going to go home, but then I was like, no, I need to go back and do this and get this to like wrap up loose ends. And I know this doesn't completely make sense, but I'm just trying to say that our journey is our own. So it's like sometimes someone can offer assistance, and it's not that they don't mean well, it's that sometimes you have to complete things by yourself. Sometimes you have to do things in your own time. And I feel like that is part of the shift that I'm seeing here with these cards. It's like realizing that it's time to take back control. It's time to go back around, pick up loose ends, pick up all of your understanding of your journey thus far so that you can move forward to the new chapter. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of randomly throwing that in there, but yeah, let's get another card for this Ace of Swords. And we keep getting a lot. Okay. Okay, Seven of Swords in reverse. So again, I definitely feel like for some of you, you have an air sign, karmic, especially for your divine masculine. It's like you're getting over that situation. You're not feeling like something was taken from you, because it's like, you know, that was a part of your journey. That was the point I was trying to get at, I think. The other two cards that came out with that is the Six of Cups and the Ace of Cups in reverse. So it's like realizing that the delay was for a reason. It's like you still have this connection, you still have this past life connection with your masculine. It's still always going to be there, even if right now there's a delay with this Ace of Cups in reverse. So there's no reason for you to feel like something was stolen when this delay was pre-decided. It's a part of your journey. Bottom of the deck is the Tower. And I feel like this is, again, that realization that you know what, this is all for a reason. This is all for a reason. For some of you, your divine masculine may have been experiencing their Tower moment with this new moon in Gemini these last several days. So why else is this Ace of Swords here for the divine feminine's energy? Boom. Divine masculine. Divine masculine. Okay, it's like you have a new view on everything with your divine masculine. That has come through, and that's definitely why the Lover's card was the bottom of our deck. Why else is this Ace of Swords here for the divine feminine? So we have the key, which also came out for the Divine Masculine in his reading, and the Cross. So it's like you realize that you have to stop worrying. The key is for you to stop worrying. The key to unlocking what it is you desire is to release the worry, to release the kind of, if there may be guilt, release the stress regarding that situation. Some of you are realizing the power of your own energy right now. You're realizing that the stress, the worry, the negativity, whether it's about your Divine Masculine, about yourself, or other people that you interact with, family, friends, whatever, that it really does manifest into your own body and into your situations. And you're realizing how powerful is it if I just get it, if I look at things from a different perspective and I realize, we're going to have trials and tribulations, but how I respond can be different. And I think that phrase is how other people treat you is their karma, how you respond is yours. So I feel like some of you are realizing that right now. Bottom of the deck is the owl, so it's like you gaining this wisdom about needing to make this shift and the power of your own energy regarding how you view this situation that your Divine Masculine might have with a karmic, or if you have your own karmic. So the last card that we have is, wow, Four of Wands. I just wanted to check. I think the only card, we have all of the elements here. We have a lot of cups for clarifying. But we have the Four of Wands here, so it's like you're thinking about stability, Divine Feminine. You're thinking about the things that make you happy, the things that you want to celebrate. Definitely your twin flame, definitely your Divine Masculine. But I think on a larger scale, especially for those of you who are making changes, you're thinking about the foundations that you want to create, the foundations that you want to be long-lasting, and how you want to celebrate, your accomplishments for making these shifts in your life. Why is this Four of Wands here? Ace of Wands reversed. So for those of you who, like I mentioned before, have decided to make a shift, decided to go forward, decided to be the Two of Wands and go forward in your own direction and path, it's like you're realizing the happiness in that situation. Some of you, bottom of the deck, the Death card, it's like transforming any delays into opportunities and seeing how it leads to a feeling of celebration and happiness. Celebrating with your friends and families. For some of you, starting something with your Divine Masculine, seeing how that situation is transforming and leading to happiness for you. The World, it's a new cycle. It's like that. Again, it's like starting something new, deciding to start something new. Death card, again, is transforming any previous experience into something positive, to something that provides stability. Ten of Cups reversed. Some of you may be getting out of a situation. Page of Swords reversed as the bottom of the deck. Some of you may be getting out of a situation where you were really unhappy, especially if you were in some type of karmic relationship. Getting out of that situation that was leaving you feeling unsatisfied, feeling like you couldn't be happy, feeling very unstable, and then completely turning that around into a feeling of great stability, a feeling of celebration for making that change with the Four of Wands. What else is this Four of Wands about? Actually, let's see, why was this Ace of Wands in reverse? Why was this Ace of Wands in reverse? The Sun. So some of you, and remember we got the Sun earlier, some of you may have had a delay in going your own way, a delay in taking a new opportunity or making a new opportunity in your life because you didn't realize And I feel like this is, you didn't realize your own power. You didn't realize all of the options you had in front of you. Bottom of the deck is the devil. Some of you didn't realize the truth in the situation with your divine masculine, especially for those of you who are viewing your situation as, who are now viewing your situation between your divine masculine and your divine masculine's karmic as something that they had to go through, something that your divine masculine had to go through. You're seeing it in a different situation. Others of you are looking back and seeing, you know what? We had to be delayed because of this karmic situation. This karmic situation had to be dealt with. That was the reason why, we didn't come together. Because there was some type of codependency, some type of issue that needed to be dealt with first. And I feel like this is especially relevant for those of you who are really starting making foundations again with your divine masculine. Really looking back and seeing, you know what, there was a reason for the delay. It couldn't maybe have worked before. 4 of Cups in reverse. It's like now that you move away from that energy of being dissatisfied with everything, more is possible. Queen of Wands in reverse. It's like you're no longer feeling scattered energetically. You no longer get angered energetically, especially for those of you who are putting out this kind of 4 of Cups energy with your arms crossed and not liking the response you get. It's like releasing, again, like I mentioned before, releasing that stress, releasing that worry, releasing that anxiety. It allows you to refocus your energy onto the things that you really need to focus on. It allows you to put forth and create a new type of stability for yourself. 6 of Pentacles. It allows you to have that balance in your life again. Wheel of Fortune. It allows that cycle to close because it's a new understanding. It's that Ace of Swords. You know the power of your mind, of your thoughts, of your words when you speak to others or speak to yourself. Why else is this 4 of Wands here? You're wise to the situation. You've seen that you needed to move away from it. There's like so much inner growth here, Divine Feminine, is what I'm seeing. It's like so much surrender and inner growth. We have the Sun again. The Stork, which the Divine Masculine also got. And we have the Tower. So this could be about marriage. It could also be about legal situations or career. It's like you're having these changes in your life. You're realizing that it's time for you to change, some of you, your career. Some of you are realizing it's time for you to change your karmic situation if you're in a relationship. Some of you are realizing that it's time for you to change in terms of your location of where you're at. Because it's all divinely guided. And it's bringing you to that 4 of Wands feeling of greater stability, of celebration. Divine, or bottom of the deck is the Maze, so separation from the Divine Feminine. It's like a greater understanding of why there is separation. And I'm just thinking of, if you guys have seen a Luna Ash Clairvoyant, she said something in one of her videos where it was like, separation leads to greater spiritual connection between the twin flames. And like that's what this is showing me. It's like it's realizing that there is a reason, realizing that there is a reason or a season for things to be the way they were in terms of, possible other relationships. And that any changes that are happening now, it's like it's on time. It's time for that to be happening. It's all to lead you closer to your divine counterpart. Anything else from the Lenormand deck about this 4 of Wands? And I'm sorry this video is getting pretty long. one card. There we go. We have the dog, which is about loyalty. I feel like this is you realizing that your divine masculine is still loyal to you, and that even if they were in some type of situation that was taken from them, with this mice card, financial loss, things being taken like without you noticing, even if there was some type of loss going on, there was still a reason for why that cycle needed to continue. So what I want to do now is just to get a card really quickly from the Heal Yourself reading cards. So what else can we know about the Divine Feminine and their energy from the Heal Yourself reading cards? There's been a lot of like inner just clarity, realizations, readiness to move forward. I feel like some Divine Feminine are just, they've made had so many like realizations, like true realizations. It's like sometimes when you think you've healed as much as you can and there's something more, it's like really realizing something new happening. Inner child, we got this for this Divine Masculine as well. It's like you're really healing those inner child wounds, and I feel like this is you digging deeper, Divine Feminine. It's like you may have been like, oh yeah, I understand this is the twin flame journey. This is why we had to do this and all of that. But it's like now you're digging deeper. You're really realizing at a new level why things have happened the way they have. Bottom of the deck is how teachable are you. So it's realizing your own role in kind of the way things played out. And it's not that you were wrong or that this is your fault or this is someone else's fault. It's that I'm going to show you the two cards that popped out. But it's that you realize that you both were playing parts and kind of triggering each other, and realizing that brought you to this point. You know, whether you enjoy the separation period or not. Now the two cards that popped out, the first one is Wild, which is also one of the Divine Masculine got. So I'm associated with the Ship card again. So it's you being wild, you going rogue, saying I want to step out on my own way, go my own way, do my own thing, even if it's different than what I've been doing. The other card that came out is Unleash Your Creativity. So those of you especially who are, starting new jobs, just doing something completely different, it's like go with that creativity. Don't be afraid to express your uniqueness in any aspect. Bottom of the deck, Phoenix Rising. Everything happens for a reason. It's time for rebirth. It's time for you to really go forward, which is definitely what the other cards have been telling me. So that is your reading, Divine Feminine. Sorry this was so long. Let me know in the comments if this resonates and how you've been feeling these last couple of days. If you're interested in a reading, the link is in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.